Hi, welcome to my channel and thank you for being here. Today is an exciting collab with Andi Does Stuff. This is not our first collab and this will not be our last one. But today we are each going to show you our 10 favorite springtime palettes that we have. Our palettes are probably going to vary a lot. Yeah, some of the palettes that I picked may not be a spring palette for you, but you guys, I'm doing a spring collab wearing a Pumpkin King hoodie, sweater, whatever, and dark makeup. So what can I tell you? Like, my style is maybe a little bit different, although some of these palettes I think that you would probably agree with me. And this eye is watering. It's been watering all morning, so if my makeup starts dripping and whatever, I'm sorry. It's springtime. I've got really bad allergies and my eyes already water. So okay, I'm not listing these palettes in any particular order. Also, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. That is my favorite part, and you should do that for Andi too, okay? Yeah, she's really awesome. You're not going to want to miss out on her stuff if you haven't already been to her channel. The first palette I'm going to mention is this Ace Beauty Floral Vintage palette. It's rather new-ish, and it's just stunning, you guys. Like, look at these colors. Yeah, it is a little bit dark, I guess, but it has these greens and these reds and these pinks and some muted yellows, and it just reminds me of spring. And it is a palette that I can get behind because it goes deep enough and grungy enough and bright enough. So if you haven't been here before, I absolutely love Ace Beauty. Like, love, 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 love them. I think there's only one palette that they have that they've released that I don't have, and yeah, I'm gonna have to get it at some point. Okay, I have the Flower Bomb palette by Midas. This is a sad one because Midas is going out of business, but I love this palette. It is an all-time favorite for me for spring. It screams spring to me. They have a different version without glitters, but I have the one with pressed glitters. I like glitters. It does have quite a few, but I like them. This palette you're not going to be able to get, so if you find it and you like it, you should get it while you still can, since they're going out of business. I love this formula. I love how deep it goes. I love these like blues and reds and pinks, and yeah, I just love this palette, you guys. Main Stage by LA Girl, Desert Dream. I only have one palette from them and I want all of these. This formula is freaking fantastic. Like, for the price and the shimmers and everything, I absolutely love the way that this palette works, okay? Now, it does have these dark shades. That's why I like it. I'm not a huge pastel fan. I really like to have some deepening shades normally. Like, I just don't like an all like pastel look, right? I like to use my pastels with some dark colors, and this palette offers that, and these shimmers are stunning. So yeah, to me this is springtime, but spring for me because it's also got those deep shades. The next palette may not scream spring to you, but for me it does, and that is the Give Me Glow Vintage Rose palette. This palette is freaking phenomenal. It's stunning. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. It goes deep. It's got these pinkies, and this makes such a good blush, and the greens. And spring to me is green and blooming and roses and pink, and just when everything is starting to come back alive, because everything dies in the winter and then it comes back to life, and that is green. And just, yeah, I like this palette. It screams spring to me, and yeah, What else can I say? It is a little bit expensive, but Give Me Glow's shimmers are fantastic. Like, if you're looking for a good shimmer, they've got you. Glamlight, who also has a really stunning shimmer shade formula. This is the Ice Cream Dream palette. Look at it. Like, absolutely spring. It's got these I almost hit myself in the face. Oh my gosh. Okay, but it's got these like beautiful pastel colors with these beautiful pastel shimmers, and then you guys, for me, it's got these deeper shades up here. So I really like this palette. I think it's stunning. I think you can tell that I've used it quite a bit. And their pastels layer and build and go deep and just work so well. So yeah, I really do like this palette. It is not my favorite. The Cake palette is my absolute favorite from Glamlight. But this is what I would call a very phenomenal springtime palette. Okay, the next palette is the Nomad Harajuku palette. It's a pastel palette, you guys, but it also has this gray that will deepen everything up for me. So like normally I'll put this in my outer corner and then have the pastels. All right, now a lot of people love Nomad. Andi does stuff. She loves Nomad. Their formula for me is not my favorite. It is very satiny and slick. And so for layering with their formula is not the easiest in my opinion. I also feel like their formula doesn't work well with other formulas like mixing and matching your palettes just because it's so slick and slippery. However, they do have a really good formula and a lot of people like it. And I enjoy it. It's just not my top ride or die formula, right? But I do enjoy it. And as you can tell, I've used the shit out of this palette. Like, I really have. Okay, so their shimmers though, this row, oh my God, these are mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. They are beautiful and stunning and worth the price point because they're special. Okay, so if you're looking for special shimmers and this palette calls to you, get it. Absolutely, 100%, because these shimmers are just, yes, okay, yes, it's everything. It's everything, and that's where this palette really stands out for me. But this is a really good spring palette, okay? I just keep talking. Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. Pinks and greens. It goes a little bit deep. It's grungy. It's my style. These shimmers are also phenomenal. The formula is great. Now I have, some of these shades look the same on the eye, which is a problem to me. But this is a beautiful color story, unique, very springtime to me, and I really do love this palette. I think I've created some really pretty looks with it, and yeah. The next one I'm going to mention is the Sugar Pill Mini Color Palette in Fun Size. It looks like this. I feel like this is a good like spring into summer palette because these pastels go really bright and really almost not pastel if you layer them. But if you do light hand, they can be pastel, and I just think it's a really good springtime palette. I think it screams spring. Okay, this next one I really like, but I kind of like to use this palette with something else, and that is the Diary palette by Spoiled Lips. It's all pastels, all matte except for these two shimmers and this glitter here, which I actually really love that glitter. I know not everybody loves glitter, but I like it. It's super chunky, which also a lot of people don't like, but I like it. I like their formula. Their formula is already a little bit dusty, so I do find that their pastels are even more dusty, but they work. And I like it. I enjoy it. It does have a little bit of a deeper shade right here, and I think it's a good spring palette. Personally, for me, it doesn't go deep enough, so I like to pair it with something else. But it's a great palette, and I think it screams spring. The next one is a fairly new palette to me, and that is the Venus Lime Crime XL number 2. Can we take a moment for this packaging? She's beautiful. I wish I looked like that goddess right there with those green eyes and that bright lime green hair. And she does have her septum pierced. I like that. But yeah, this reminds me of spring. It's a muted color story, but it's pastel-y too, with these greens and these pinks. I like this palette a lot. Now, I will say that it only has like 4 mattes in it, and that's a little bit problematic. But the mattes do go deep, and they have these two, and this one does go deep. This one and this one, this one and this one, and this one does go deep. So I like it. I love the way that this palette performs. I love their special shimmer shades in here. They are stunning, especially this green one, and this one is not their special shimmer, but it is shimmery, and it's just so bright. And I really feel like this is a spring palette that if you're looking to go more appropriate or formal or work, this is a good one. That's not me, obviously. Clearly, I don't give a shit. I go to work looking like this. I don't care. But if you work an office job or something and you're looking to look springy, I think that this is a good palette. I really do like it, and I'm happy to have it, and it's new to me. I know this palette has been out forever, but you know. So those are the 10 palettes that came to my mind when I went through my collection. Yeah, let me know how I did. If you don't think any of them are spring, if you love some of them or don't love some of them, or whatever. Let's just chat about it down in the, comments below. Please go follow my friend Andi Does Stuff. Her content is amazing. I really love her content, and if you're over here, I think that you will also enjoy her content. She has amazing fucking hair too. And yeah, anyways, please go follow her, and goodbye. All right, give me glow, not